I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. See, come on, Katt.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart.
You know, it is a shakedown. It is a targeted attack, but Shannon needs to have some accountability because he gave them something to shake down. He gave them something to target by making poor choices.
Okay, buckle up, buttercups, because this story, this is the kind of glorious mess I absolutely live for. We've got celebrity drama, ripped athletes, and enough legal jargon to make your head spin. And right in the middle of it all, the one and only Katt Williams throwing gasoline on the whole damn bonfire. Let's dive in.
Katt, because he told me. He said they're going to come for you. And I was like, Katt, come on, Katt. I mean, I just, you know.
All right, so picture this. Katt Williams, a comedian whose tongue is sharper than a freshly sharpened ice skate, decides to drop an absolute truth bomb on Instagram Live. The target? Shannon Sharpe and his looming $50 million lawsuit. Looming. I love that word choice because it perfectly captures the impending doom vibes surrounding this whole situation. And let me tell you, when Katt Williams gets going, you know it's going to be more than just a little shade. This isn't your polite golf clap of commentary. This is a full-on standing ovation of unfiltered opinion. And frankly, it's about time someone just laid it all out there.
And he wasn't at a strip club, but his text messages have been revealed, and it's quite embarrassing for ESPN. So he used to be on First Take, and now they are putting that on ice.
What started as a casual late-night rant, and let's be real, aren't those always the best kind? Has exploded into this massive conversation. We're talking brand liability, legal tightrope walking, the blatant double standards in media. Oh boy, don't even get me started on those. And how comedians are increasingly becoming these unexpected voices shaping what we think. Personally, I find this fascinating. For so long, we've looked to traditional news outlets. But now, it feels like the real raw takes are coming from places like Instagram Live. It's a wild shift, and I'm here for it. We're going to unpack all of it, so grab your popcorn.
I do not think that the element is true. I do think that he has been behaving sloppily, and so that has caught up with him.
11 p.m. Eastern. Prime Insomnia Theater. I mean, come on, that's gold. And the fact that his viewership skyrocketed from a humble 4,000 to over 230,000 in just 17 minutes, that tells you everything. People are hungry for this kind of unvarnished commentary. Forget your perfectly curated pop star streams and your predictable sports analysis. This was the real deal. And the algorithm? Oh, the algorithm knew what was up. That high retention curve? That's the digital equivalent of everyone leaning in, desperate not to miss a single word. It's proof that authenticity, even when it's a little chaotic, cuts through the noise.
So he took a screenshot of a text message, which clearly had to have been written by someone else, maybe his lawyer or his PR team. It wasn't written by him. And then he shared it onto X. So people were laughing at him going, you're not supposed to share. You're supposed to make it sound like it actually was written by you.
And the push notifications. He's flaming Shannon Sharpe. Get in here now. It's like the digital town crier, but instead of a bell, it's your phone buzzing off the hook. This right here is where comedy's edgy side meets our insatiable appetite for live drama. It's a car crash you can't look away from, but instead of twisted metal, it's brilliantly delivered one-liners. By sunrise, my feed was flooded with clips, each one promising more juicy details than the last. Honestly, I probably watched half of them before my first cup of coffee. Don't judge me.
So it appears the truth is that Shannon Sharpe essentially quit before he was fired. He wanted to avoid people kind of laughing at him or saying he was fired again. I don't wish him bad. I hope that he finds happiness. I don't particularly take him to be a happy or a well-rounded person.
You know, the networks were scrambling, trying to figure out how to even touch this story that blew up outside their control. And to really understand why Katt's take landed like a meteor, we gotta rewind a bit. 6 weeks back, this lawsuit drops. Jane Doe kept anonymous, detailing some seriously disturbing allegations from a Las Vegas retreat. And the way her lawyers are framing it, career-costing violation. That's heavy stuff. It makes you wonder about the power dynamics at play and how easily someone's career can be derailed. It's unsettling, to say the least.
She charging $25K a cheek, and it ain't no cheeks. No cheeks, and she ain't got no lips. She probably whistle when she talk.
$50 million. That's the number they slapped on the damage claim, linking it to emotional distress and lost opportunities. That's a staggering amount, and it immediately screams, this is serious. Sharpe's team, though, they came out swinging, calling the whole thing a strategic invention. Ouch. Initially, everyone probably thought this would quietly settle behind closed doors. But Sharpe hinting at a 9-figure defamation cross-action? That's throwing down the gauntlet. This isn't just a legal dispute, it's a full-blown war, and you just know it's going to get ugly.
I know an auntie right now with all ass 49. Got more dimples than a golf ball. You will love it over there.
And then the legal filings started dropping, protective orders, subpoenas flying around like confetti, and a witness list that reads like a who's who of Vegas nightlife. Even that juicy procedural stuff couldn't compete with the sheer velocity of Katt's off-the-cuff commentary. The man opened with a jab that's already being analyzed in journalism classes. That's how sharp his wit is. It's not just funny, it's insightful in a way that catches you completely off guard. I love when comedy can do that, make you laugh and think at the same time.
You should have knew as soon as she said put a big black baby in her what time it was. She don't even want the baby to grow. She want the baby to come out your size soon as she have it.
America. Understand this. When you hand a retired tight end 50 microphones, 3 networks, and enough tequila to sponsor the Cinco de Mayo parade, don't act surprised when controversy follows him home like a stray pit bull. Okay, stop right there. This line? This is pure genius. It's so perfectly worded, so brutally honest. He's basically saying, you created this platform, you amplified this voice, so what did you expect? And the viewers in the chat? Spitting out truth in all caps. It's like everyone collectively had that thought, but Katt just had the guts to say it out loud. Then he hits us with, y'all love that man's hot takes until the thermostat breaks and suddenly you blaming the weather for being too honest? Isn't that the truth, though? We love the unfiltered stuff until it reflects poorly on someone we admire. It's a classic case of shooting the messenger.
If you're 54, you have no reason to be talking to a 19-year-old. She's 22 now. Shannon is 56. I'm so glad that audio of Monique went viral yesterday.
That one line alone exploded into 1 million memes and TikToks. It became instant internet currency. That's the power of Katt's delivery. His words are tailor-made for the digital age. They're punchy, they're shareable, they get stuck in your head. But here's the thing that really surprised me. Beyond the comedic brilliance, there's some serious legal insight here. I didn't expect that.
Because it's true. Sit your old down and go find somebody your age and build a family with them. As I said yesterday, men, we need stability and we need discipline.
This is where Katt really threw me for a loop. A stand-up comedian, known for his takes on aliens and everyday ridiculousness, starts breaking down the difference between compensatory and punitive damages with the clarity of a seasoned law professor. Compensatory is the price tag for what you lost. Punitive is the judge saying, I want interest with attitude. I mean, come on. That's a perfect, easy-to-understand explanation. Who would have thought I'd get a mini law lesson from a comedian's Instagram Live? It just goes to show you, you can't always box people in.
And she says that she alleges that it was brutal, like it was very it was aggressive.
And the way he framed the $50 million, not just as a number, but as a public relations verdict before the verdict. That's so insightful. He's highlighting how the perception of guilt can be formed long before a courtroom decision. That explanation going viral among college students? Absolutely brilliant. Suddenly, Katt Williams is this unlikely study aide, and the sports marketing execs, they had to be sweating bullets.
Now, this woman is alleging that Shannon Sharpe her multiple times over the course of a 2-year relationship. The relationship that they had was
Sharpe has his fingers in a lot of pies, cognac, fancy suits, health supplements, podcasts. And you know all those contracts have morality clauses. Generic public disrepute could be enough to trigger them, let alone actual litigation for essay claims. And Katt just lays it out. Try selling luxury suits while your reputation is on layaway. Ouch. That's a punch to the gut for those brands. Image is everything, especially in the high-end market.
Because at that point, she said that they were in a they were in an actual relationship. They were in Vegas together. So when that happened, she had already kind of been, in this thing where he's verbally abusive, allegedly, but she thought that they were together.
Sure enough, financial analysts started scrambling, and within 24 hours, one of the apparel partners quietly scrubbed Sharpe from their website. That speaks volumes. It's preemptive damage control, even without an official statement. They're clearly worried about being associated with the controversy, and over at ESPN, that place was a pressure cooker. Do they address it? Do they ignore it? Either way, they risk looking bad.
He tells her and threatens her allegedly to say that he will her if she ever does that again. But the part of it, she says that she was allegedly anally twice, and that it was very, very brutal.
They went with the tightrope walk, mentioning the lawsuit vaguely and then pivoting faster than a cornerback to the NFL draft. Smart legal move, probably, but it definitely rubbed some viewers the wrong way. Accusations of shielding a marquee personality started flying. But honestly, their lawyers were probably screaming, "Contain, contain!" One wrong word could end up as Exhibit C. It's a delicate situation, to say the least. And Sharpe himself? Radio silence for 96 hours. For someone who's constantly posting, that digital blackout speaks volumes. Psychologists are right. For an influencer, silence can be louder than 1,000 tweets. Conspiracy theories were probably going wild. His team finally released a carefully worded email dismissing Katt's commentary as noise. Noise? Oh, I bet that didn't sit well with Katt's fans. Personally, I think calling it noise just shows they're underestimating the impact Katt's words had. Now let's talk about the legal nitty-gritty. Preponderance of evidence. That 51% certain. Sports culture loves a redemption story, but Katt's preemptive mockery, "Don't give me the comeback of the year" speech while the ink's still wet on dismissal orders, makes that a much harder sell. PR teams have their work cut out for them. Even educational institutions are using this as a case study. The Katz-Williams effect? That's wild. It shows how much his commentary is being seen as a real factor in shaping public perception. Where does it all end? It's a tangled web of legal proceedings, public opinion, sponsor dollars, and social media buzz. It's a feedback loop where every action has a reaction. Sharpe's silence is deafening right now. Whatever his next move is, he has to consider the comedic lens that's now firmly fixed on him. And Katt, he's not backing down. He's crowdsourcing material, turning every DM and court filing into potential jokes. He's the ultimate unpredictable element. Keep an eye on those key dates: the dismissal hearing, the witness list deadline, and Katt's next special. Those are the moments that will shift the momentum. Ultimately, this whole saga highlights the messy, fascinating reality of modern media. The lines between entertainment and news are blurred. A comedian can become a key commentator, and legal battles are fought just as fiercely in the comments section as they are in the courtroom. Katt Williams didn't just comment on Shannon Sharpe's situation, he fundamentally changed the playing field. And we'll be here to break it all down for you, every step of the way, inside the court and, more importantly, out here in the real world. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next twist. What are your thoughts on all this? Let me know in the comments below.